Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We're playing Green Cities and we are continuing on this major town of River Bay, and this area here is the Sheffield Bay area that we're filling in on the edge. So we're dealing with the issue of our edge conditions, right? So we did do some edge conditioning over here. Over here you can see it's been a struggle to get the edge condition to work. Over here the same thing. We're struggling with how to manage and deal with the edge condition. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and fill in a few more things, deal with the edge condition a little bit better than we've done in the past, where we just wanted some let's say critical mass in the city. So for now we're doing this, and what I'm going to continue to do, and again I'm not about the I'm not at all about the absolute aesthetics of it. I'm not here to kind of make it look perfect. I'm just here to make it be a practical city and how practically a city would work. So what I'll do is this is a big open gap. It's not doing anything for us at the moment, so I kind of think we need to tie it in together somehow. So what we'll do is we'll do this, okay, up to there. Might do a pet crossing over here. We can do a similar thing right over here, where we actually we run it almost straight up here, and then we kind of just tie it in on the corner right over there. So we can do that, and at the same time what we could do is we could actually take it out there. We'll put it right there in the middle. So we'll do one big bed crossing in the middle, and these guys can just tie over, walk across to the other side. What I do want to do is see how we now fill in the rest of this. Since we're almost, it's a bit more of a residential vibe, what I'll do is I'll actually continue to fill this in with a bit of a residential theme right here. And what I want to do is actually, I want to switch off. Oh, here is my zoning tool. So if I go to this road here, right, I've got my standard double. What I'll do is I'll grab that piece of road. We'll go into the upgrade, and I'm saying I want to do no zoning whatsoever in here. So I'll upgrade this section to take out all the zoning that we've been having alongside it, and we'll do it up to there. Okay, so no zoning. Okay, and that's it. That's the area. So now what we can easily do is, now if we go back, now we can actually fill in some nice developments over here, because the zoning tool is not messing with us. And actually what I'm thinking is we probably could do with let's grab that, take that one out just for a second, and then we'll take let's take some of this out. Okay, we'll take a bit of that out. So what I want to do is try and actually what we'll do, okay, what we'll do is I'm actually gonna do the meandering little paths on this side, so no snapping, right? I want to still run you through there, then we'll do a little tie-in over there. At the same time what we'll do is we'll start to run one in this direction. But what I want to do is I want a bit of a, what the hell? Anyway, that looks a little bit weird. Anyway, I want to do one of these other roads, pedestrian roads almost. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we'll do the same thing that we've done on that side. This one, whatever that road is, it is going to have to get zoning done. So if we kind of meander it through here a little bit, right, up to say about there, we'll tie it in there, and that means what we can do now. So give me my my paths. I want us to tie. I want to actually claw this back a little bit. I want to grab it from here, do something like that. Okay, at the same time do a little something. Just give me the straight section, please. Oh, distance too short. Okay, if we do something like that, it looks a little bit wonky, but yes. So what we can do now is we can actually fill in a little bit more over here. And deal with it. So this doesn't become a big access road. It's just a better way of dealing with it. People meandering around the sides of it and so on. So what I'll do is I'll continue with this as a bit of a residential... yeah, I'll do that. I'll continue with it as a bit of a residential vibe. Like this, alright? But what we'll do is we'll make sure to throw in... So I don't want necessarily things to get out of hand, but what we'll do is we'll keep plopping in some of these things. This area here is a little bit funky. We can do something over there. And what I'm almost thinking is that this area is a bit of a transition from the higher density to the lower density stuff. And that's about it. That's about it for infill. The very tiny stuff is really not worth it that much, to be honest. Really not quite worth it to do. So that's a bit of a infill that we can do right there. Right, so we're just kind of tidying it up, pulling it all together. And what we can do at the very end is we grab a few of these. I do like myself some of these. Okay, we tie things up a little bit. In these areas. Okay, and again, I'm not too keen on necessarily filling the whole thing aesthetically, but I do like it if it just kind of ties up a little. Okay, so these are doing pretty well. If we add, we'll pop in a few more of some of the others. Something like that, just to tie it together a little bit over here. And then what we'll do is I'll do a sprinkling of some of the other trees. Right, so we'll go in there a little bit. We'll do a bit of a sprinkling of some of these other trees. Okay, they still, obviously, I think there's still some stuff where we need to be filling in a little bit. Okay, move it along. Do a bit of a sprinkling of these guys as we go through there, right? And that's about it. That's going to be about it, really. We can probably fill in a few things. In through here, just so it looks a little bit nicer. Tie in with one or two more of these nice big ones. Yeah, really. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, how does that look? Just looks a little bit tidier. We've kind of it's the edge condition. It's the natural almost. What is the word I'm looking for? The natural evolution or the natural movement from the more high density, busy city environment all the way a little bit outwards to the more leisurely Sheffield Bay area. Right, that looks all of that looks very good at the moment. It's tying in together. It feels like people can move around, get to the spots they need to get to without it necessarily messing up all of our movements, our traffic sections and things like that. And we're just kind of covering it nicely. And even if you're traveling along this road here, it looks extremely interesting. We've got a little bit shorter buildings at the back here, but bigger ones over there. We've got not the standard, just all the buildings at one line. We've got a bit of a step in, step out thing going on. We've got pedestrians crossing the road and able to do so quite easily, and so on. So we can easily do a similar thing for the rest of this, and that's kind of what the purpose of, I think, the next few episodes will be, is to pick some of these areas and just kind of make them look nice and fill them in a little bit. Okay, so with that piece in there, is there something zoned in here, or did I miss something? I wanted to zone something in here or build something in here. A bit of something that we can use, a utility building of some sort, a police, fire department. We've picked up a few things over here, so we are actually covering some of it. Maybe just a park, you know, to be honest. In the end, the best thing for us is maybe just be to do the park. Oh, the biodome is not bad. I think the biodome would actually fit in quite well in this area. Maybe more towards the rest of it. I don't like these things that they're using mainly. I don't think this fits well. It's almost looks the same. I generally don't like it. Some of these look pretty good, and that's why I keep using them. Like that one is a pretty good one, to be honest, and that's why I keep kind of using it. What the hell is that? No, that's the wrong thing. I didn't want to do that. Get rid of that. Okay, give me a bit of a... Let's go for parks. A buffer park. Oh, and a buffer park that doesn't actually snap. A 8x8 palm park. Oh, this one could work in this area. Let's plop that in. Oh, actually, that's fine. To be very honest with you, that's absolutely fine. What we'll do is we're gonna grab these things, and we're just gonna line this park with some palms right over there, and what we'll do is we'll almost extend that out a little bit like so, and we'll plop in 1, 2 or so more big trees right there, and that is a bit of an open space where people can hang out. It acts like a bit of a park. At the other side of things, we probably need to do a very similar thing, moving it across into this side here. Okay, and that's kind of what I'm going to be on about. Maybe let's do that quickly. I don't want to overdo things, but I need this to fill this area in a little bit. There's a spot over there. What we can do is we add a few other trees and the likes to the mix in between the buildings. Maybe a little something over there, a little something over there, maybe all the way to the edge of the street up there. We'll plop in just a handful of these, and then we'll kind of cover up with, not cover up, further cover with a few other trees and things. That's maybe 1 or 2 of these big ones. Yeah. Okay, so that kind of almost pulls the whole thing together a bit more. Right? It looks quite nice if we look across the Sheffield Bay area like this. It's also not too busy. There is a bit of traffic happening over here, but it's not too busy. So that's kind of what we're doing over here. Okay, now let's see, how do we expand this area? I do want to do a bit of the same stuff over here. So maybe what we'll do is I don't want to get too crazy with some of these things, but maybe a bit of a rock somewhere, and a few of these small ones, because what we did in fact do is take out, been a bit of work done. Why the hell is everything lying in the same direction? I should actually turn it myself. Okay, let's turn it completely opposite that way, and we'll drop one more over there. So that looks a little bit more interesting, at least over there. At the same time, if we do a dab here and there of that, 1 or 2 big trees, a few smaller ones, bits and pieces. Oh, one or two of these other nicer kind of palm trees. These are the real big ones. I don't necessarily like the real big ones in here. We'll do a little something like that, and that kind of just ties it over a little bit more, makes it look a little bit nicer. Stuff like that, I do kind of feel like some of these do quite a good job to just kind of fill out an area like that where it's a little bit too close together. So some of this, that could turn into a bit of a park environment and so on. So you need to really fill in some of these areas. Okay, so what are we doing towards this area? So we've got a little bit of office over here, and I'm kind of considering whether we shouldn't extend our office environment a little bit over more so. Before we do that though, I do think it's probably good practice for us to have that connection up there. And then start looking into adding a little bit more office in this environment. So let's do that. I think ultimately we could build something on this road, but for now I don't think we're going to do that. So let's plop in a few pieces of office over here. Question: do we do that other one? I think we do. What I'm going to do is we'll grab over here, we'll grab this piece of road, and what we'll do is I'm just going to run a bit of a straight line out till there. Okay, and that will cover things off a little bit. What we're going to do on this though is we'll plop in some more of this kind of almost commercial stuff. Grab that out of the way. There we go. So there's a bit of commercial in there. I might actually extend it just a little bit, like so, and like so. At the same time, what we'll do is we'll run a bit of this around the corner over here. So now, if we do that, that's a bit of a tie-in we have on that side with pedestrians. I do think what we'll do is we'll plop in a crossing right over there. That's pretty good. And what we'll do is we'll continue on with our office development for a bit. What the hell has happened over here? So get rid of all of that. So things have changed over a little bit. For some reason things are looking... There's been a bit of a change. Oh, I think it was this one, this click that I did over here that's changed how that zoning is actually working. Whether we want to do anything in here, I don't think so. This just kind of becomes almost a natural bit of park that we're doing over there. So the question over here is, how do we deal with this bit of edge? We've got a bit of a cluster over here of these things. So what is happening? I think what we do is we just get rid of that one and then we rezone here, and those zoned together could work. Yeah, I think that's fine. The question is, do we add a little bit more office in here, or do we actually do a bit of a yeah, let's do a mix. I think doing a bit of a mix is going to be pretty good. So then we'll do a bit of office. Yeah, I like this idea. The commercial is not picking up as quickly as the office, but it's doing its thing. And then I'm almost thinking, hang on, maybe we should go back towards residential, but maybe this side around here will be more residential. Maybe that's what we do. At the same time, I'm thinking, guys, this should just connect up there so people can actually walk through there. Oh, well, it didn't exist. This road didn't exist when I was building that. Yeah, so we're tying things together a little bit more. There's still open spots. There are still the open spots everywhere. This area is filled in quite nicely now. People hanging out in the little park over here. This area looks a little plain. What we could do is we could just add some more trees and stuff. We could also wrap around the back here with one of those. I think that's not a bad idea. It's just making sure that we're making use of the area as best we can. Okay, actually, yeah, something like that, right? Towards the back of the school and so on. So what we'll do is, might not be the greatest environment for a school. Yeah, something like that. So there's a few more bits and pieces there that's filling that area in a little bit. Nice, nice. I'm liking it. I'm liking how we're filling in all of this. Oh, here we go. We got that popping up. There's plenty of stuff over here. So where is our residential components? We've got some residential components over there. So I'm kind of thinking around here, I'm almost thinking we should go with low density residential for the most part. That's almost what I think we should be doing. What do we think we should be doing over here? Got some offices popping in. Yeah, that's pretty good. Actually, let's run it down here a little bit too. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, give me the snapping. What I'll do is I'll just do bits and pieces like this. Okay. Ooh, that might not actually work. We do a few bits and bobs like that. It's just kind of a little bit more interesting. But then this most certainly has to be residential, just the standard stuff. Ooh, that's not good. So yeah, we just kind of fill in as much residential as we can along here. We'll connect these up together, do a few pockets of shops here and there and everywhere. We'll grab some of this, snapping off. Okay. Do a bit of that. So we're connecting all of this up from a walking perspective. We'll see how that goes. People are filling in, living in this area. A bit more residential focus around the bay. Lower densities as we go down here. Yeah, and that could be part of our national park and things like that. Probably a big entrance to a national park site over here, and then just kind of do that part of a national park environment, touristy areas. We could maybe do a little bit of a hotel-y, touristy kind of area right here, maybe. Slowly starting to see the infill. These fried chicken eateries and raw food and diners and stuff are popping in over here. That's pretty good. It's a nice environment. Nice. Nice, that's filling in. Let's speed it up a little. See how that fills in a bit more. What's going on with our traffic? Are we seeing big traffic problems? Yeah. Somewhat. We're seeing some traffic. How does this work? Can we actually... We could run a road in there and then tie it in somewhere. Run it down and tie it in. We could do that if we want to. Yeah, it will tie this area up a little bit nicer. We can't run any roads in there, but we could run a road in here and even tie it. I think that is almost the most natural tying point right there. We don't want any big through traffic, create any big through traffic or anything like that. Okay, what else do we do? Do we just continue this? Yeah, let's just continue it and fill it in this episode. We've only got about 5 minutes left, so let's continue to do the infill over here. So fill in that, fill in that, fill in that and that. I'm also thinking we will be filling in the other side, like so. Probably a little bit more like so. Doing it to there. Yeah, that's about it. And then once we get up to the top over here, what we'll do is we'll start doing that again. Say around up to about there, because we might do some other infill in this area where there's a little bit more room. Kind of terracing down there, actually. Okay, I think that's about right. Is there anything else that we need to kind of get all the way at the end here if we want people to have a bit of a service? Let's get a doctor's office. Do we have some? We have something small, right? A funeral home, a small clinic. Let's plop a small clinic right. Yeah, right in the middle there actually could work. There's a small clinic right at the end. That actually looks pretty damn cool. I like it. It wouldn't have power anyway. Power will get to it at some point. Since we've plopped it, it'll get there eventually. Just so that there's some level of service going on in that area. The next thing, maybe what we should do is actually grab a bit of a bus line and run the bus in there. So give me the bus. Okay. Where the hell are these buses? Can we do a bus stop somewhere over here? There we go. So now yes, let's do that. So let's so we'll stop in front of the schools. We will stop here. We will run ourselves down there. And what we'll do is we will, yeah, that's fine. Just do a stop every now and again. Go back, do no. Okay, turn it around, stop it in between. Go back up here. Up there. In there. In there. Across here. Okay, and then finish off. Come on. And then finish off the line. We'll remove all the vehicles. I want to select the type. We'll go with the 12 meter. We'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, I believe, and we will change the color to a deep blue. Right. So now, hopefully, we'll with the buses running up and down here, there's a bit of a indication that people actually want to come and live here, and they are starting to want to do it. So what I'll actually do at the very end here is let's do a few small shops. I think that's pretty good. Right at the end there we'll do a few small shops. These things just need to tie up at some point. What we'll also do is we will fill in some of this. Okay. We will do Same thing over there. Tie all of that together, that's okay. And finally we've got power all the way down here. And yeah, that's a pretty nice area over there. Bit of a lower density residential area all the way around the bay over here. So that is still leaves some room for infill, but I don't want to fill in everything. But I do think this gap in between the road here is a natural piece that we could be filling in somehow, maybe in the next episode. I also need to keep going all the way around that side. Yeah, but there's a bit of a natural infill over there. People are liking what's going on. There's a bit of a shop. What is this? Iron Person Gym right at the end. This is the bowling alley. Nice. We've got a few restaurants and eateries and things like that. Good stuff. Is that? Yeah, that is all zoned, so it should fill in quite nicely. Yeah, I like this. This area is looking pretty good. It is looking pretty good over here. Nice. It's very natural. This is, however, now becoming a bit of a problem. So we may, I think we just need to adjust the signals a little bit. I don't think we need to upgrade these roads. I just think we need to adjust those signals just a tad to get that working, and then we'll start filling in this area and making this area look a little bit nicer too. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting it all looking pretty good there. Okay guys, I'm ExactChaos and this has been Cities Skylines. Exactly as always, if you've liked it, hit that button, tell me what you think, tell me what you want to see, do you have any questions, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.